Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday. I'm super excited to be on here going live with you. I want to recap Love is Blind Season 2, and I thought that there's no other better person to recap it with since we're both Chicagoans. I'm waiting for my good friend Sara to join me to go live with me so we can recap together. But there she is. She just joined. I'm going to get her on this live because we got a lot of stuff to talk. Love is Blind. This season was actually shows the ghetto-ness of dating. I felt like, hey, girl.
I'm excited. I'm ready.
You're ready? You're excited? So everybody, this is Sara Fada. She is the co-host. She has a podcast called 77 Flavors of Chicago. It's a great podcast. I highly suggest you guys go subscribe. They talk about the history of Chicago as well as some hot spots to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sara, I don't know if I'm telling it correctly.
That sounds good. That was
good. Perfect, right?
Yeah.
So
you listen to the podcast.
I wanted to introduce her. She's here in Chicago. She knows all about Chicago, and as you guys are well aware, Love is Blind Season 2 was filmed here in the Windy City. Yes. So let's jump right into it. I don't know where you want to start, Sara.
I want to start episode 1.
Okay.
Well, actually, I can't remember which episode this was.
Okay.
But the first thing I want to talk about is the 2 plus-size girls that were on there for 3 minutes and then gone. That's where I would like to start.
Yeah, girl, okay, thank you, because I was like, why is no one talking about that? I noticed that.
Where are they? I'm here with my emotional support water bottle, ready to talk about it.
Yes, okay, yes. I had noticed there was a Black woman that was, like during the trial, and I was like rooting for her just because, hey, curvy,
right,
Black chick,
Finally.
And then all of a sudden, yes. And then she was gone. And who was the other one?
I think it was another brown girl. And I want to tell you, okay, so do you know how they reintroduced her later on in the show? She came back as Dipty's friend, and she was one of her bridesmaids at her wedding. They had to reintroduce her. That's how short of a time she was on there.
Stop it. That is crazy. So here's some tea. I'm going to just spill the tea, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I went on Reddit to read more about Love is Blind to find out some stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
First things first, Shayne was really on drugs, girl.
I'm not even surprised. First of all,
I'm not either. I don't know if these people on this Reddit thread work on the show, but it says he took testosterone.
You don't need to work on the show to know that.
Okay, right?
Okay. Episode 2, he goes, no, I don't need to be working there. First of all, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the show, just jump right off because I'm about to ruin it for you. Okay? When she goes, oh, he drank last night and then got mad at me and got super aggressive, I was like, if you don't run immediately. Okay?
Okay, because she said he got violent, right?
Yeah, she says he got really aggressive. No, immediately no. Out. Gone.
Immediately. He was bug-eyed the whole time. His pupils were dilated the whole literally like this the whole fucking season. Then on top of that, he kept doing something weird with his jaw. Did you see that? Yeah. I was like, what's going on there? Something I felt
everything about that was just
messy. Then it says that throughout
also nobody not on drugs is that obsessed with what another person is wearing. If you're that turned on by the crop top jogger combo that Shaina was wearing, like, every time Shaina came in the room and he was like, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? And she's like, I'm wearing a crop top and joggers. And he was like, oh my God, that's so attractive. You're on drugs. You're on drugs. I don't know. No.
Right. Let me talk about Shaina though real quickly. And then I'm going back to Shayne with his messy self. Shaina is a damn liar. A damn liar.
For sure.
All of a sudden, holier than thou, and you ain't mentioning that in the pods. You're saying that
she didn't ask Shayne once, are you religious? That man wanted to get married with a cape on. Not a man of God, I'll tell you that much.
That's when I knew he was on drugs.
God-fearing man needs to get married with a cape on, okay?
That's when I knew he was on some cocaine at that moment. Not only that, you're supposed to be holier than thou and all about God is your life and this and that. But yet you're over here describing what you have on sexily to you not married. Something's not adding up, boo. What? I didn't understand that.
There's no,
That was real. I thought, yeah, and like
Shaina does need to go to hell. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nikki. Right. Nikki Be Nice said Shaina needs to go to hell. She really does. All of a sudden you're holy, you're mad religious, and you can't marry anybody that is not bull. I call bullshit, but okay.
Yeah. And here's the thing, I would agree if she is religious and because that is like a core value. If that stuff doesn't align, I agree with you. But you're on bullshit because you are not religious.
You didn't mention it one time.
Also, okay, I don't know how true this is, but there's a lot of talk going around how they're Trump supporters, her and her family, and like super sketch that, I don't know, that's just a lot of they're giving off that vibe of like they're very Trump supporters, and this man came in not blue-eyed and they were like you're then not only ambiguous, you gotta go.
And then not only that, I did not like Shayna's brother. Who the fuck are you? And are you gonna take care of Shayna? Like when he went to what's because I call him Alfalfa. What's his name? What's his name? I couldn't think of it. What was it? The one brother? That Shayna,
The one that Shayna what?
She was supposed to, or he proposed to her and she didn't want him.
Oh.
I want to say Mark.
No, Mark is Jessica from season 1.
Right.
Same energy. Not the same person. But yes, I forgot his name.
Okay. Me too. But he, when he came to her house to, meet the parents, it was just really awkward. It was just really like, I call them. Thank you, Kels. The comics ears. Yes, they were big, and I don't know how he didn't hear God telling him not to go with Shayna because she was not the one. He kept trying to force that. Why would you force that? She does not want you. Let her go. Your life will be ruined.
Also, how are you going to accept a proposal from a man and then walk to the next room and tell another man that you want him to propose to you?
And let me tell you how nasty, dirty Shayna is.
How?
You not only accepted that proposal from that man, but then you gonna double back and tell Shayne, oh, I got feelings for you, and it. Why didn't you tell Ears that? Why didn't you let Ears know? Look,
I've got to find out this man's name.
Look, Kels the comic put me on Ears, okay? Why didn't you let Ears know? Listen, here's the real deal. I thought I loved you. I'm not feeling it. I don't want to move forward with this. I'm really digging Shayne. Then you tried to cause messiness with Shayne and Natalie. Help me understand this.
When she says this relationship is comical, I was like, nothing comical about this except for you. You are exclusively the most comical person in this entire scenario. I mean, that's definitely like on some racist shit too, because it was like, how can Shayne want her and not me? Like, she was just thinking like, I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I'm this Midwestern wholesome blonde blue-eyed, how dare he say no to me?
It was some low key, but I felt like Natalie, she was going with Shayne for the wrong reasons and the wrong intentions. Okay. It became, at first maybe she liked Shayne, but then I feel like it became like a competition and of course it's a dating competition show, but I felt like you're getting with this man for the wrong reasons, because low key and entitlement. Go ahead, yes, Mom, or if I'm saying this, Monique or Monique. I felt that Shaina felt like, yeah, like I'm entitled to have who I wanted. And I felt like Natalie had a little bit of entitlement too.
Okay.
And they're racing for this man. When I sent you the article a little bit earlier today, Natalie had, like, low key, Glamour, I think it was, put out that Natalie had another proposal before Shayne. So
that's crazy.
She didn't have to say
I feel like Natalie definitely went for Shayne because she didn't want to seem like too uptight. Like she wanted someone fun and like someone that she could just like be a little looser with. And then when that man said, "I don't believe in 401ks," my jaw dropped. I was like, it's not a conspiracy. You can't, what do you mean you don't believe in 401ks? You could say, "I don't want to participate in the idea." How are you not going to believe in a 401k?
Shayne is dumb.
Yes.
He's kind of not.
She almost bought a house with him. I was like, no, please don't plan finances with this man.
No, well, part of it too. They were saying that throughout production, he did coke at least 3 times, and then the person was like, allegedly, they didn't personally see him do drugs, but it was known that Shayne was, skiing the slopes, and then, girl, he was way gone. And then they mentioned who I really did not like on this show was Shake. Shake is dirty. So Shake wanted to, this was in the Reddit thread that I realized that I read. Shake was telling everyone that he wanted to be the bad guy, and he was sure that Deepti was going to say yes, and he wanted to say no to be the one to break it off all dramatic.
Stop.
Girl, when I tell you Shake is a minute, and then it says that the producers convinced Deepti to be the one to say no instead of leaving it for Shake.
I can't stand that man. Because when he was like, I love going to concerts. Am I able to pick you up and put you on my shoulders?
And
what kind of sneaky ass shit is that?
I tried to give him the benefit of the damn doubt, because I thought, you know what, maybe he was just being because he clearly didn't understand the assignment. It's called Love is Blind, not you trying to figure out how somebody looks and how much they weigh. So the thing that he also said that was really dirty is that something about I'll find it for you really quick, about how Deepti lost a lot of weight, right?
Right.
So Shake was saying, like, going around to production, making fun of her weight loss and saying, like, her extra fat, loose fat needs to be a case study.
Stop it.
I'm not lying. If you go into this thread, it says
wow,
that Shake was like going after Deepti a lot of times, but he allegedly told the producers that he thought Deepti should be studied by science when he saw extra skin she had following her weight.
So what extra skin?
You know what?
She's like a size 4.
First of all, he got a lot of damn nerve. Since when was he a GQ model? Yeah, excuse me. Too. What?
And also, how do you go from like grabbing her ass and telling her you want to make babies, and then being like, you remind me of my aunt. I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm not attracted to you. Where's that shift happening?
All Love is Blind did for me is show me how it really be this ghetto in the dating streets. I promise.
Yes.
Somebody pissed in the pool, because it is really it's a mess out there, and I'm just like, I'm good. I am very good. So it also so what ended up happening, they said Deepti was on the fence at the wedding, and so the producers knew it.
Right.
And and the producers knew that Shake was going to say no, so they convinced her that she should say no first. And I'm so glad she did that.
Yeah, for real.
I'm
I can't.
so glad. Go ahead, girl.
Also, her, like the fact that he went the entire season convincing her that he was like into her and that they were gonna get married, and the entire time he's talking about how he's not attracted to her and he doesn't want to be with her, and everything else is perfect except he feels like she looks like his aunt or reminds him of his aunt. What kind of psychotic shit is that?
He's, when I tell you he's a psychopath and a
For real.
narcissist, him
Major narcissist.
I was like, Deep D is such a good person, and I think I think Shake's mom even knew, girl, run for the damn hills, because my son fucked up all the way. And I'm glad, like Nikki B. Nice said, I'm glad that the producers convinced her to not move forward, because I feel like she's such a good person. She would have went ahead and said yes.
I think so too.
But I was on the floor when she said no, because I was 100% sure that she was going to say yes.
Yeah.
And up until the wedding day, I'm like, I feel like Shake is going to embarrass her, just because he kept saying he can't get over the fact that he, that he's not sexually attracted to her. And I'm so glad it went the other way.
Right.
He got embarrassed, and you see how he gonna try to come on, it's still a party, y'all, and let's sit down.
Literally.
No, you look embarrassed, and I can see it.
Yeah, and I'm so glad they did that. So glad they did that.
Same.
Embarrass the shit out of him. Because you know what? It's all right if a person is not your type. You know what I mean? Not everybody is everyone's cup of tea. That's totally fine. I'm not telling you he needed to be attracted to her, but to embarrass her the entire season, that's the problem. You could have ended this day 3. You were in Mexico and she was like trying to get with you and you were like, no, I'm good. Could have ended it right there.
Yeah. And he kept
need to keep going.
He kept on keeping on. And I think they were saying something about Shake wanting to be considered the villain this season and really trying to do things to like put his name out there and be like super
problematic. Yeah.
And that shit backfired on them, because they wasn't having that. Not only that, let's talk about girl. Now, why in the hell would Nick say yes to Danielle? Help me understand this right here. What is going on?
I don't know.
What is happening?
Like,
that was another thing that on this Reddit thread, they were talking about Nick and Danielle. She needs therapy. She needs
multiple years of therapy. Okay? Because there's so much to unpack here. And I'm a person that is an advocate for therapy. I love therapy. I feel like everyone should try it at least once, Just go in there, see what's going on. You might find things that you didn't know were there, okay? That's just my theory. This girl, so basically she lost a bunch of weight, right? But she still feels like she's stuck in that body. So she's extremely insecure. And mind you don't need to lose weight to feel secure, not the vibe. But I'm just saying, that's just how she was. She was insecure when she was heavier. She lost the weight. She's still insecure. She's been cheated on a bunch. This man couldn't turn left without her being like, who the fuck are you looking at?
I said, what?
Like, let him chill. Like, what is going on? She was a lot.
She was a lot.
And everything he said became like a huge thing. Like he couldn't say anything. Mind you, he also has some communication issues. Like he's not perfect, okay? But since we're talking about her, I feel like her issues were that everything was very personal. Like everything he said, she took it extremely personal and like could not understand where he was coming from. And that's also on him because he's clearly not communicating his point well. So I don't know where they are now, or I can't wait for this reunion But
Yes. Like Nikki Be Nice said, I feel like he's looking for a beard. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah,
I did think that Nick was looking for a man, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just thought, okay, he likes women,
right.
so and I'm not the moral majority of like what a gay man looks like or is into or how he should act, but I just did not get the vibe that he was into women. I just didn't.
I don't have any idea what that. I don't know how to even like tell if he is or he isn't. But the fact that your body was sweating that much on your wedding day should have been a sign
That was
that
a
something is
sign.
wrong. Okay.
That was a
The
sign.
man
That was
was
a
like,
sign from God,
said,
another sign to run for the damn hills.
yeah, he said, I'm sweating from my crotch. I was like, well, that means your crotch doesn't want to be here. Okay. It's trying to get out of here for whatever reason. So, leave. That's my opinion.
Didn't get it. So they did. This is
Mm-hmm.
what another some more tea.
Mm-hmm.
They said that with Nick and Danielle, that because somebody asked, is Danielle as nuts in real life as she comes across on camera? And then they said, oh, Danielle, she got a rough edit. She definitely has a lot of anxiety and would benefit from therapy. But her and Nick's whole relationship wasn't just yelling at each other all the time. So it may be the edit and but I do think,
I believe it. I believe it.
And then it says that, because there was a question that said, is there anyone who you think got an unfair edit? And so it says everyone did. When you're condensing over 500 hours of footage into 10 hours of content, everyone is going to get shortchanged. And they think that they gave kinder edits to Shayne and Shake than either of them deserved.
Yeah. I was going to say, Shayne, they were too nice with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
yeah.
If that man got drunk and that angry that she was crying on her wedding day, I'm sure he was that angry at some other point during those 10 days. You know what I mean? And they just chose not to show that.
You know what? Actually, I did think I read something about that Natalie and Shayne did a lot of arguing that they did not put into the episode.
I'm sure.
And then they were saying that they glossed over problems between Mal and Sal way too quickly, while spending too much time on Nick and Danielle having the same argument multiple times.
So we're going to talk about Mel and Sal. We're going to talk about Mel. First of all, regardless of how we got engaged, if we are engaged and you're sitting with someone, first of all, this shit is being recorded, okay? You're sitting with I'm going to call him her ex, okay? For the purposes of this scenario, all right? You're sitting with your ex talking shit about the ring that I gave you. It's over. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing that. For what? For what?
First of all, Mal, I don't know. She gives me J-Lo vibes a little bit. I don't know. Something about the way she talked. Did you feel that?
A little.
Something about it. It just gave me her
J-Lo, yeah.
And then you got the nerve, girl. Not only that, Jarrett going over and having
I can't stand him, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. You don't like Jarrett?
No.
Why?
Because, first of all, I've dated someone like him. And when I was like super young, before I knew that, you have to have self-worth, way before that, when I was like not aware. And the fact that he was like, oh yeah, I proposed to someone else, but they said no, so you wanna do this?
No.
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 No. That is literally
messy.
The minimum is for you to know that you want to marry me first.
And the fact that Iyanna went on with that,
I feel like she's very young, like in life experience. I mean, she's very young in life experience. I feel like she doesn't know that she deserves better, and he definitely just wants to be married. And I
Yeah.
don't think he wants, like, he just wants the title of like being married. I don't think he knows what it means to be in a marriage. I don't think he cares what it means to be in a marriage. He just wants to say that he did it. So that's why I feel like they're both very childish.
Yeah.
And that's just, yeah.
Well, I would say that Iyanna has been through too much
Right.
for her to. I feel like she's relying on someone else for her
To
happiness.
to take care of her and to like cocoon her so that she's like protected. I just don't think she like processed. She said she did. She said she processed her trauma, but I just don't feel like she did.
Yeah,
I mean, not enough at least to
no,
realize that she deserves better.
she absolutely does.
She's so sweet. Like, she's such a
Mhm.
sweet girl.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like she deserves better. I feel like she's not healed. I don't
Right.
know how to say that, and I don't know her. You know, of course, we don't know
Right.
any of
Right.
the people, but I just in her way, the way that she carries herself, it's uncertain, it's insecure, it's
Yeah.
You definitely are not showing your worth and who you are.
Yeah.
That or you feel that you're worthy. I would not be saying yes to Jarrett. I would not be moving forward with Jarrett.
No,
I could not
absolutely
get
not.
over you. I'm your second choice. And
Mm-mm.
no, I'll give Jarrett this. I will give him this. No, he did not all and out propose, but you damn near did, bro.
I
So
feel like
like,
he did. Like, he said, if I asked you to marry me, would you say yes? Why would you ask me that if you're not about to ask me to marry you?
right. I agree. And I'm going to tell you something that was key with Mallory. When she has said, I am used to dating men like Jarrett, I don't feel that she was into Sal at all.
Oh,
She liked
no.
Sal, but
Mm-hmm.
that is another situation that once she saw Sal,
No. She was done. She was done the second she saw him. She said there's no physical attraction here. So,
mm-hmm,
okay, I want to
mm-hmm.
hear why was she Jared's second choice?
That is such a good question. I want to know that too, because I thought for certain, Jerry and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
that because to me, Sal was not doing like he wasn't
Right.
really wowing her like Jarrett was, and then all of a sudden it changed,
Right.
and I'm really, really freaking curious to know what didn't we see, what happened behind the scenes for her to
Yeah.
change her mind and go with Sal. Was it the producers coordinating it, and
Maybe.
they decided who they wanted to see together? I just found that very interesting because Sal is not who Mallory is used to being with.
Right. Yeah. And also, a couple things about Sal. Well, one thing is I read that before they even came in, the producers had picked out the couples.
Wow, you
Yeah.
read that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know how true that is, but that's one thing. And also, if you pull out a guitar and just acoustic sing to me, I'm walking the other direction. I don't even know how to react to you. What am I supposed to do? Just stand there? No. And if I'm in your house and you and your roommate are singing at me, also no. Also no.
But Sal is a sweetheart.
No.
I feel like
You're lying to yourself and to all of us, okay? Don't do this.
I feel like Sal was a sweetheart. Like he definitely did try, because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm happy he did not let that situation with Mallory and Jarrett go. I really thought he was
Yeah.
gonna be a punk and be like, and I don't, I just thought he was gonna cower and just be like, oh, I'm so in love, and be so blind with how much he likes Mallory. And I didn't think that he was gonna address it, but he sure did. He was
Yeah.
like, what's up with that? I heard you say it. And the fact that he, hi, I don't know if hi EQUR. I don't know if I'm saying it anyway, but I don't know why Mallory. That was cruel. Why in the hell would you say what you said loud enough for Sal to hear it
That's so
or get
disrespectful.
wind of it, and then the way she was very smitten when Jarrett was over there. I'm like, this is you're bold as hell. And Iyanna didn't go over there and be like, babe, hey Mallory girl.
I would have been over there in a First of all, I would have been over there in a second. The second I hear my man talking to another woman about wanting to do what he could have done for her, y'all can have each other. I'm gone. Like immediately. All right, yeah, be blessed. Bye. Like what?
Heavy on the blessed. I'm out. You know, no. Because you will not try me on TV. Really, this is how we're going into this marriage. And then Jarrett is, you know, I like he tried to downplay it. He tried to be like, oh, I didn't really say that. You know, I was just playing.
Like we didn't just watch you have that conversation 2 episodes ago.
We were on camera, bro.
When Sal confronted him and was like, you talked shit about the ring that I bought her, and he goes, oh no, I didn't. I just know that she preferred one over. No, you did. We all saw it. It's on camera. Okay.
He kept saying, and this is what blew me. He kept saying, "Oh, I would have gave you that, Mallory. I would have gave you what you wanted. I knew what you wanted." Like, okay, and your fiance over there, sir.
You can have her then.
Your fiance is over there. Excuse me. So, I want to know what you thought about what's the other couple? I'm missing one. Who's the so it was Mallory and Sal. Then it was Iyanna and Jarrett.
Yep.
And then it was Deepti and Shake. We got that. And
Danielle.
Then Danielle and Nick.
And then Shayne and Natalie.
Ears.
And Shaina and oh boy, I forgot his name.
Ears. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we talked about. So I want to know what you thought about the situation. I found it kind of weird that they brought up the situation that what's his name? Jarrett got stabbed.
Oh yeah.
But then they kind of left that like he got stabbed, y'all.
Yeah, that was weird, and I think they put that in because later they do like a couples massage and his shirt is off and you can see the scar.
Right.
And I was like, that like later, like when they're in Mexico or something. They massage each other and there's a scar, but I was like, that is like extremely personal for this kind of show to be sharing that. I feel like.
It was like, I don't know. Okay, so I can see why was the motivation behind that. What was the I felt like there was something weird going on with I keep forgetting these folks' names and I felt like, let me backtrack. Danielle and Nick should not have had sex on the first night.
No. Or at all.
That part, heavy on that, because that's
you know what I also just remembered? Nick's relationship with his family. I was like, I knew there was something about him that I was like, he needs therapy for. That is what he feels like. He's such an outsider from his family.
And why though?
I don't know. I feel like he's like vegan, and he's very everything's like he makes it at home. He makes his own toothpaste. He makes his own mouthwash. His own laundry detergent. Okay, all right. The world's ending. I don't know why you're bothering with that, but okay. I don't know what's the point. Just brush your teeth with some Colgate. You'll be all right. But yeah, and his family's like not that at all. And he like I don't know if you saw when they were at his parents' house, and they were like shitting on him basically. Like his sister was like, "Oh, are you still like whatever?" And he was like, "I haven't done that in years." and he like got super irritated. I don't know. I was like, yeah, there's something there.
So you
She
know
says the wrong thing to you one day and you're gonna snap.
you know what I found out though? That they only allow 7 minutes for those pod dates.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. At
And
7
then
minutes.
most couples who got engaged only get 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It says most of the couples who got engaged had 10 to 15 7-minute dates.
Isn't that crazy?
I feel like that is just a little too low.
Sorry, I'm adjusting my seat.
No, it's all good. I feel like they should give a little bit more time
Yeah.
in these dates. I
Yeah,
feel like
considering that like most of us have bread that's like older than that.
yes,
Just sitting in the fridge.
I just I don't 5 minutes. I get 5 minutes with celebrity interviews, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I didn't get
rushing through it.
I need more. I need more. So the fact that like 5 to 7 minutes for a quick date for you to know if love is blind and if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person, that's a little too, like, give me at least 10 to 15,
right.
You know, 20 minutes.
At least.
Yes. I was
that's
like
insane.
floored about that. So here's some more tea, right?
Okay.
So you know how the cups this season, it was like the staple.
Gold.
So yes, girl, I didn't get it. I was like, what the fuck is going on with these gold cups, right?
Goblet looking at.
Yes. Come to find out, there's 2 reasons for those cups. 2.
Okay.
One is they're opaque, so you can't see what level the liquid is at, and this is for continuity purposes on the show, so you won't notice that the level moves during the edit. Okay. I understand that from production point. The second is the outside is etched, so you can't see the reflection of the crew in the background. So it wasn't that deep. It was
never ever have I looked at a cup in a show and I was like, there's a cameraman ever in my life.
Girl, I have. I'm
not gonna lie.
Yeah, girl, I look in the reflection of the damn glasses sometimes.
Honestly, but it's literally your job to like do those kinds of things. I don't watch with that eye. I'm not a producer, you know?
No, I totally get it. But here's some more tea. This is what's even wild. So somebody asked, do they get to keep the rings for free? Because I wondered that too. If they get married, they get to keep the rings for a very steep discount. They had to threaten Natalie. With a breach of contract lawsuit because she was dragging her feet on giving that ring back.
Why would you want to keep that ring?
Girl, I do not know. I have no idea, but I was like,
that's crazy.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah. So I also read that with the rings, they don't get to pick like whatever. They give them a set of like 10 to 15 rings and they're like, pick from these.
Really?
Yeah. Unless you want to bring your own ring, like I think Sal brought an heirloom or something. Otherwise they give you like, here's what you can pick from. And they can't go crazy. They can't pick like a $200,000 ring.
Wow.
Yeah, that should probably moissanite. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying.
Right. See, it's like I'm finding out like a lot of things because I put in a request to interview someone from the cast because I don't know if I didn't I send you a text on, I think it was Shake's IG. He had put on his IG stories.
No,
remember when he went talk about I got plans for Nubu this weekend. I'm like, you are so gross. Like, ugh.
Anyway, I can get it there tomorrow. Like, you could just open table, and on the app, you can make a reservation. Calm down.
You ain't doing nothing special,
right,
sir.
No.
And so he made plans for Nubu, but then there was a post on his IG story where I think it was him and Deep D in Vegas.
Well, I think they were all in Vegas. So the whole cast was in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And because then there was another one where it was Deep D
And
host
Sal?
and Sal, girl. And I was like, are they together?
I don't think so.
No, you don't think
I
that
don't think so.
So
Mm-mm.
let me ask you this. If you could pair the couples together, who do you think should be paired together?
So I think Mel and Jarrett, for sure.
Okay, same.
Okay. I think Danielle and whatever therapist is
I was
closest to
about
her mile radius within her
yes,
insurance.
two.
You know, just
Right.
gotta get that deductible, you know.
Yes.
Same thing for Nick. I don't think he should have. First of all, he is such a gossip. At the beach, he was gossiping. He was like walking around like, did you hear what happened? Did you hear what she said? Like, calm down. And he liked Shaina, which is a red flag.
Nick liked
Yeah,
Shayna?
he was like, they were like friendly. They were like super friendly. When they came back to the city and they went to that like bonfire thing that they did on the beach.
True.
He liked her, and I was like, no, that's red flag. You pick her over Natalie, immediately no.
Immediately no. And let me tell you something. So I think Nick and Shake.
Okay, I have another one. I think Natalie and Sal.
Really?
Super mature. Okay.
Okay.
Both are very mature. Both are very like calm energy. Like very. They both seem very responsible. I just like their vibes. I feel like the relationship might be a little boring. You know, they might not have a lot of fun together, but I think they would complement each other well. I don't know. I just feel like they would be a good match.
That's interesting because I was gonna say either Sal and Iyanna, but I feel like Iyanna's
a good one.
Too.
What about
why I say Iyanna? Because Sal is peace and Iyanna needs peace, and I think he would do good with that because he's.
I think the guy that Shaina was with would be good with Iyanna.
Shayne. Oh yes.
He's also very like calm and chill, and like nothing about his personality is too much. You know what I mean? Like he's just.
Yes,
I think that would be a good match too.
Yes. So I was thinking also too, for Shaina and Shayne, just don't y'all
just go together.
Go to hell.
Kyle. Kyle, thank you.
Kyle, thank you. I
kept
calling him ears. Thank you, Ross Bree.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Kyle and Iyanna, or I honestly do feel like Deep D and Sal, because they're both very mature and very like ready. No?
Mm-mm.
Who would be good for Deep D though?
No one from that group.
No, yeah, I know.
No, she's so sweet. She needs someone that's like not gonna take advantage of her, that's gonna be like really nice. She's just very like, she seems like very caring, very giving. So she needs someone to reciprocate that energy. And I just feel like no one there was like that for her.
Listen, when I saw episode 1, I said, oof, this pickings is slim this year. I don't know.
And the fact that they both Shayne and Shake and Deepti said, oh, we never date within our race. We always date white people. I was like, wow, internalized racism. You got to see somebody for that. You know, you can have preferences, but if you're specifically saying I avoid this group of people because of whatever reason, I don't know, maybe uncover that a little, maybe talk about it with someone.
Yeah, I say, listen, I'm like, I like to taste the rainbow, so
Shit.
you know, because why not? You know,
yeah.
I never limit myself, and that's the key to limiting yourself. With love, you know, it puts you in these situations where.
But she was like okay with dating him. You know what I mean? She wasn't like, oh, I exclusively. But he was the one that had a problem with her being brown, because he was like, you remind me of my aunt, so I'm immediately not interested. She was like, okay with it. You know what I mean? She was like, yes, historically, I've only dated blonde white people. Specifically, yes, they specifically both said blonde. But you know, once she started dating him, she was like, this is great. Like, we relate on a lot of things, and maybe I was wrong to like limit myself in the past. He was like, no, you look like my aunt.
And he wasn't even trying, like,
At all.
it was so cringy when they were in Mexico. He kept pushing her away. He just was acting like she was disgusting. I mean, the
Literally.
look that he was giving her, and I was just like, sir, have you looked in the mirror? Because you are no prize package, boo. I just
No.
I just
No.
cannot understand what he was thinking. I don't know who Shay could be with. Like,
Nobody.
honestly, I was thinking Nick, because, you know, but
Stop it. Stop it.
but I don't think he deserved that, you know.
I'm not
like,
co-signing on that. That's all you.
I just, you know, it's, you know, I don't know. But I do feel like Iyanna, maybe this is not the time to focus on dating.
Right.
Same
I don't
Danielle.
think so either.
They, you know, some healing needs to happen a little bit more extensively with both of them. And I feel like they did us a very big disservice when they did not allow for those, like you said, the plus size women that were was there on the first episode, and then all of a sudden, poof, be gone. We don't know where the hell they are.
Right.
You know,
Crazy.
Why couldn't
I wish they had
show?
explored that more. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the show tried to be body inclusive, body positive, but then did the exact opposite. Like, it tried to be body positive and then only kept on the people that were once overweight and then lost weight, and considered that like, and then had like 3 minutes, not even in total, they had like a minute for 2 plus size people.
Yes.
What?
And I thought
that is the opposite of what you were meant to be doing.
Yes. And I got so frustrated because I thought, why not show that? Why not show that people of all sizes and shapes can find love? Like, why? Listen, let's be real here. We all gained some weight during the pandemic. There's nothing wrong with that. There's still love for a more curvaceous body, and I just don't like the fact that Netflix made it seem like, well, you know, if you're not skinny, then you're not going to find anyone that loves you.
Right.
That is the narrative that I got and I felt with this season.
1000%.
Yes, and I thought it was wrong. I thought, you know, it's giving the perception that if you don't lose weight, you're not going to be able to find someone who loves you for you.
Yep.
You know? So we got one last thing I want to go over, because I don't want to keep you long, but I want to talk about the reunion. What do you think the hell is going to happen? And do you think that Iyanna and Jarrett will last?
No.
And you said that too quick.
I don't think so.
And Danielle and Nick, because those are the only couples that got married.
Right. No, I don't think either. I think Danielle and Nick may be a little bit longer, just because I feel like Nick doesn't want to show his family that he failed. So I think he will try really hard to make it work. Iyanna and Jarrett, no, I think he's going to still be partying and still be about that life, and she's going to get fed up, and just, no, I don't think that's gonna last. No, to be honest, I don't know if they've already broken up, but I just don't feel like going forward they're going to last. No.
Yeah, I you know, for hoping for the best, just because Iyanna, I feel like she is so fragile. Yeah. This would tear her apart. If they don't work out, or if she realizes that she's in a marriage that she's not happy with.
Right.
Nikki Be Nice agrees with you and says Nick definitely wants to prove something to his family for sure. I totally agree with that. What it is, I don't know. But even his family was like, Nick married? What? Like,
they're like, he's never even introduced us to anyone he dates, and now you're engaged. So I think he's gonna try really hard.
Really, really hard. I just think that this season, it was unlike last season. I feel like there was a lot more people ready for marriage,
right.
and was more serious about it. I feel like this season, I hate to say it, was like a shit show. You know, it was just too many people that had like mental illness, or just wasn't wholly healthy.
And it wasn't like they could have gone a completely different direction and like made it like, you know, these people, because regular people have mental illnesses, have anxiety, have issues with their family. It's just the way that they handled it wasn't done well. Because you could like people in anxiety. Sorry, I said people in with anxiety are in relationships all the time. So
Right.
You could be in a healthy relationship and still have anxiety and depression, and just you learn how to work with it. And I feel like they just didn't do that. They just didn't portray how can you be in a healthy relationship and still have these like day-to-day things that you have to handle. And that's where they could have gone. It could have gone so much better. Like I don't know. I feel like the only two things that I think are better than season 1 are the weddings are no longer held at the local gymnasium, and 2, it was in Chicago. That the weddings in season 1 were trash. So this season it was better.
Yeah,
They're not at your local high school, and it was in Chicago, which was, you know,
it was definitely
that was so nice.
because I got to see some of my city.
Except we don't claim Shayna, so you know you can have that.
She ain't from here. I don't know where she's from. She is not from here. I am not.
Glen Ellen or something, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, no, I'm looking forward to recapping with you the reunion, because we'll come back and do that.
Yep.
But it has been very interesting. I was hollering at my TV girl, hollering when all of this went down. I want to say thanks to Nikki Be Nice. There was some other people, Boss Bree. All of these people that engaged in this conversation. It's been very interesting. Stay tuned, because we will recap and review the reunion. So, yes, this was fun, girl. Thank you.
I know. It was so fun. Thanks for having me.
No problem. All right. You have a great rest of your day. And again, thank you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you. Bye.